Welcome to how tight and weak inner thighs cause pain, or just how inner thighs link to pain. So let's first start with listing the problems that everybody experiences with tight inner thighs or weak inner thighs. And it's hard to tell that those things are caused by tight inner thighs, because tight and weak inner thighs show up in other places that are like the symptoms, and the tight and weak inner thighs are the cause. So when you feel like your thighs, your quads overwork, often that's because when you're moving, you're not accessing your inner thighs. And what happens with that is muscles of the inner thighs, they get tight. And tight muscles are not available for strengthening. And so tight muscles are weak. So tight and weak often go together, which is not what you would think, but it is just how it works. And tight inner thighs can, get this, lead to the collapse of the feet. So lead to the arches flattening out. Tight inner thighs can cause, because when we don't, here's what my little guy, his name is Small Sam. So here's a little image of the inner thighs. And so when we don't access this inner thigh chain, we tend to access the outer chain. And the outer chain muscles are the ones that compress the spine. This inner chain muscle elongates the spine. Because as you can see in my little model here, the inner thigh goes down to the feet, to the arch. So you could actually stand up and touch your body while I talk about this. The inner thigh goes down to the arch. And then it goes up to the pelvis, and the inner thigh muscles are what make the pelvic floor muscles. Not all of them, but some of them. And then they go up through the pelvis, and they make the muscles that wrap around your torso, the obliques and the transverse, which goes all the way up to the armpits. So this inner chain of muscle, when we don't access it, I hope you felt it while I was talking about it. When we don't access it, the outer chain of muscle engages. And the outer chain of muscle, when it engages, it makes you feel strong, but it also compresses the spine. So it keeps you in this position where you have to work out or else your spine hurts. And it feels better when you move it, because just moving makes everything feel better. But it's not elongating your spine. And you can move and work out and have your spine elongate, which actually solves problems. So you're actually creating change in your structure for the better by accessing this muscle when you work out, this muscle group when you work out. Another thing that happens when we don't access this group is as part of this compressing, it compresses your sacroiliac joint, which is the joint where the spine and the pelvis come together. And it can seem like there's like real problems with the joint, but one of the problems is that we're compressing it versus accessing this other muscle group, which sets these joints up to move in their ideal capacity. Let's see. Oh, here's another one. When you don't access this muscle group and you access the surface group, it makes it harder to breathe because of the compression. The muscles are vertical and they compress, and the whole body expands this way horizontally when you breathe, and it makes it harder for that expansion to happen. And here's another one. When you have tight and weak inner thighs, in addition to all the other problems that I've listed, it can lead to real problems in the pelvic floor. So in women, that can be incontinence. As women age, it can actually be this pretty unpleasant thing where your organs literally collapse and hang into the muscles of the pelvic floor. And how this whole chain works keeps the organs lifted. It contributes to that. So the whole body is like this beautiful, magical working machine when everything's working. And then it seems like there's something so very, very wrong when things stop working, because there is. But this cool thing is that you can fix one thing in how you use your body and affect not just that one thing, but you affect the whole thing. So let me set this guy so he doesn't fall over when I put him down. So let's see. So the thing I want to tell you, in addition to this problem with the inner thighs being not available, being tight and weak, is that this is one of the things that I teach people how to solve in the 12-week chronic pain solution. And I have really good news. You don't have to do the 12-week chronic pain solution to get a taste of the medicine that I offer. On Saturday at 9 a.m. Pacific, I have a class called The Intelligent Body, Work In to Work Out, where we apply embodiment to movement. And on Saturday, we are embodying this chain, how the pelvic floor links down to the foot and up to the armpit. So you could see how this change could affect you. You could feel the power of picturing and feeling your body as you move and feel the change that happens, the healing and change that happens in real time as you're moving. My name is Krista. And if this is something that you would be interested in, just participating in the class, post in the comments below, and I'll give you the information for how you participate in the class. If you can't be there live, but you'd like to do the class, it's recorded. And if you're thinking, but I want way more than this one class, I have huge problems and I want to see if they can be solved, then there's a link below to book a chronic pain breakthrough session. And in the chronic pain breakthrough session, I get to learn about you and your pain. I get to tell you about the 12-week chronic pain solution, and we see if it's a fit. Thanks for being here today. I hope you feel good in your body and good in yourself, and I'll see you again soon.